4. Okay, thank you. Welcome, Carolyn. This is the Artistic Programs Q&A, where our artists come in and ask various questions about the organization, questions about their specific pieces, or general questions on how to create their sculpture, their globe. So we would love to hear a bit about the community program.
Wow, it's a big piece, but it's really exciting to be here and talk to all the artists because I'm so excited to be going and visiting all the trails. I'm going to try and make sure I see every single globe. So it's really nice to have the opportunity to talk to everyone. So yes, I'm Carolyn. I lead the community program, which is essentially our opportunity to work with community organizations who are very much doing the work and are unrecognized for their efforts and unheralded. And this project was really about making sure everybody understood that it wasn't us, it wasn't about us and what we do, but really about what the community and the activists and the champions already are doing. So really creating an opportunity to, support them and to give them a platform to continue showcasing the amazing work that they're doing. So we've had a really exciting few months. We have coordinators in all our host cities who have been working hard to connect with community organizations whose, projects very much align with the World Reimagined's ethos, its mission. So it's been really exciting. We obviously announced who we will be giving our grants to. So some key excitement points are that we've given away about £80,000 worth of grants. We've got over 50 partnership agreements, community, micro ones and partnerships. So that's actually more because the partnership agreements, some have 3 or 4 partners that they're working with. So we're really so excited, and we're just trying to get everybody to a good point now where they can deliver all their events between August and October, and I'm hoping to see as many as I possibly could. And we're really excited because we're now in the next phase. Now that we've decided who our community partners are and we've awarded them funding, we're also now opening up our platform to be able to promote the amazing other events that are happening. We obviously couldn't support as many people as we wanted to. It was such a struggle. We had so many applications, and trying to decide who would give the grants to was really difficult, but we still have an opportunity to support organizations with our free events listings on our calendar. So the next stage of our website is going to have an events calendar on the community page, and we are looking to promote anybody's events that really relate to the work that we're doing and connects to what we're doing. So we are now going through submissions and accepting different types of submissions. So it's really exciting to see all the other events. So it's going to be a busy few months because we've got internal and external events that are happening, but it's a very exciting time for that. And of course, we have had one of our key focuses was making sure that, as well as working and supporting the community, that we're trying to build the community. So capacity building has been part of our mission, and we have been delivering Inspire sessions every second Tuesday, which are really our opportunity to explore some topics that are relevant to the community, from radical self-care, to creative engagement, to understanding bid writing and funding. But also just recently, we've just done our 2-part session on understanding historical trauma, the challenges and the community conversations. And it's been a real opportunity for me. I've been very fortunate that I get to talk to some amazing organizations about what they're doing. I like to call it my dream podcast, really. And I get to hear about the amazing work that they're doing and showcase it, but really kind of talk about these topics that we feel are really relevant to the community and hopefully will help them build capacity. And all of this will contribute to a toolkit, which will be available for anybody to use. So not only will you be able to watch these amazing Inspire sessions, but you also be able to utilize some of the tools and resources that we identified during the conversations that we feel would be beneficial. And this toolkit will live online for after a year after we're gone. So it's kind of a bit of a legacy piece outside of just the community partners that we'll be working with. This is also the learning. And yeah, it's been a really exciting few months. And I hope that I covered everything. It is a very big program. So I apologize if I didn't.
No, that's great. I think that gives a flavor of the work that we're doing on the ground with organizations that have existed before us, who have been doing extraordinary work to build community, to reach our shared goal of racial justice, and who have done it through really creative means, whether it's dance or meditation or poetry or therapy or mentorship. There's so many different organizations who are working towards this. So thank you for all of your hard work, Carolyn. It has been wonderful to see the evolution and the relationships that you have built through, over the year. Has it been a year since you've been working on this? Yeah. So
well, yeah, I came on in the consultant phase, so it's been a year now, which is, it's really beautiful to see how the team has grown and who we are getting to connect with and work with.
Exactly. And so any of the artists who are on, who may be in some of the cities, we do have some artists who didn't work in studios, but artists who did work in studios and who are close to the World Reimagined host cities. That is really, those are our hubs. So those are the cities where we're really focused on sharing those events that are coming up and working with those organizations that are based in that city. So check out our website in about a week or so, and you'll see some updates, and over the summer and into the fall, you'll see updates on various events happening. Particularly, I would imagine you've got quite a lot going on in October for Black History Month. Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on generally, because we've had some really great support from partners as well, and we're doing some collaborative events. So it's just going to be a busy few months. There's lots of walking and lots of events.
Perfect. I love it. Well, I can't wait to join. So thank you, Carolyn. If I could ask my next guest, you can hop off and I will ask my next guest. Esther, are you there? I think you will be popping up. I see your face now. Perfect.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi. Lovely to see you. So, Esther, if you could walk us through a bit about the Heritage Collection, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. So hi, I'm Esther, I'm the Heritage Lead, and what we've been doing is working with partners across the UK, but also particularly in the host cities, to connect those journey of discovery themes that you've all been interacting with to history, so that as people go around the globes and see the beautiful pieces of artwork, they can also delve a little bit deeper. And I'm going to attempt to share screen. Oh no, I think I might need my colleague to share the screen and just give you a little quick look at what the globe structure is going to look like. And hopefully that will come up. Just to give you an idea of that. Fabulous. I think you should be able to see that now.
Yes, we can see the journey of discovery.
Oh, okay. So basically, the idea is, as you go through the journey of discovery on the website, as people go around the globes, they'll be able to look at the sub-themes that are within the journey of discovery. So as you can see, we've got Southern Africa, we've also got the reality of being enslaved. I think you're all familiar with all of those themes. But if we click through maybe to Expanding Soul, and then Learn More, then within each of these categories, we've got sub-themes. And so this is a response we've asked heritage partners to submit information to, and we've also worked with some writers to commission stories as well, so that we've got lots of different stories that explore these themes, like The World We See, Taste of Home, Carnival, Culture to Cricket. And within each of all of those journey of discovery sub-themes, as people go around, they'll be able to navigate the globe structure and see various different stories and learn a little bit more about those histories as they relate within the city. So there'll be points of interest that are local to the cities as well. So within Bristol, that might be something about Perrot's Bridge. In Birmingham, it might be something about the gun trade in the Jewellery Quarter. And so that will give people an opportunity to learn more about the heritage and history within each of those host cities. And then in addition to that, obviously you create these amazing globes and we want people to be able to get a really animated experience of that. So we've also commissioned walking tour partners in each of the cities to help people connect stories within those cities with those histories and with the globes and the works and the artist statements that you've all provided, so that they will be able to connect what you've been doing and what you've been thinking about with the histories of each of those cities and highlight those particular stories that are coming out of them. So we're really excited. We're putting the dates up now. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have those live dates to book on. But it's been really exciting for them to start seeing the globes and seeing your statements as well, to really understand and appreciate that connection between the artists and the work and the heritage. And I'll leave it there.
Perfect. That sounds great. I love this aspect of the organization because it really connects dots. I feel like the sculptures invite our audience in, and with the extraordinary creativity of the artist's expression of these various themes, that invitation then allows us to give so much information. And the Heritage Collection helps, with pictures and images that make this, that crystallize this history. So it's not like so abstract. I think sometimes the reality of this history can be so difficult to process. And so once you're able to see some of the pieces of it, then that puts the puzzle together and helps us to move forward. So thank you, Esther, for walking us through that. And in the same vein, I'd love to invite my last guest, Sabrina.
Oh, sorry, before that, can I just do a quick share of what the globe will look like just inside, and we'll just do
Absolutely.
So if we can share that.
We'd love that. Beautiful, fantastic.
So yeah, if you just look around and then people will be able to click in and each of those sub themes will come up with some of the stories. So we could click in, I think, on abolition and emancipation, or any of them, in fact.
I love the aesthetic of this. It really
the designers worked on this aesthetic, and yeah, so Caroline, one of my colleagues, has been busy helping to compile these stories in there, and Chantal, who's worked in our partnership team as well, has been working with us to make sure that we've got some really lively, interesting and engaging content. Ooh. Okay, well, you've seen the interior of the globe. We'll stop that share. It will be much faster when it's live. But yeah, we can move on to another one of my colleagues.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Esther. I appreciate it. And so our last guest is Sabrina, who come on in to the webinar. Sabrina, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. So Sabrina is our leader of learning program, which is one of our most exciting and I think one of the pieces that's most dear to all of us, because getting this information to young people feels like such a critical part of our mission. So Sabrina, over to you.
Thank you, Ashley. So hi, everybody. I'm Sabrina. I'm the Learning Programme Manager. And I'm going to be speaking to you about our learning programme offering and the wonderful curriculum that we've created. We've engaged with almost 250 schools across the country with our learning programme. We started off by designing a very comprehensive curriculum for both primary and secondary schools, which deals with what we refer to as our shared history. So it's about everyone taking ownership of the part that was played in the transatlantic slave trade and everything that has led to our experience and our lived experience in the present day as well. And as an extension of the globe sculptures you guys have been working on, what we did was, obviously this is a creative arts program, and we wanted that learning to sort of shine through and for them to show their understanding of their engagement with the lessons that we've created and that they've been studying. And all of the schools worked on their own globe sculpture. And this the globe sculptures are absolutely stunning. We've got a WhatsApp group in our organisation, and so obviously all of your wonderful globes have been coming through, and we've been getting little sneak peeks of all of your wonderful work. And I felt a little bit intimidated. I was like, gosh, what are these learning globes going to look like when they come through? But actually, I shouldn't have had any concerns, because they're really rivaling you guys with your artistic outlets. And I'm sure when you see some of the learning globes, you will be equally as impressed as we are. They have created some amazing designs. And so these globe sculptures are going to sit in internal locations in each of the host cities, and there's going to be an additional schools trail that you can also engage with. So as well as going and seeing the main globes that you guys have been working on in each host city, there is going to be the school globes that are in different cultural hubs and locations across each host city too. We really do feel that in order to kind of reimagine the world and the future, and for everyone to take ownership and, you know, think about inclusivity. My 4-year-old's in the background, so sorry, just ignore him. You know, that really lies with the younger generation, and so the education program is really, really key. We've had really positive feedback from that. We've done a comprehensive program in that we haven't just laid out all of this information and said to teachers, here, go ahead, go out and just deal with it. We understand that it's complex and challenging information, and that for some of the locations and the schools that we've been working with across the country, that they wouldn't have necessarily have dealt with this content before. It's not necessarily a main part of the national curriculum, and lots of the schools were in very suburban and leafy parts of the UK with not very multicultural demographic intakes, but they were really keen to kind of engage with the content and understand how to use it. We therefore created a training program for teachers where we covered anti-racism training. We took them on a sort of transformative journey so they could feel confident in delivering this content and the potential discussions and conversations that might come out of the learning that the young people might have. We've also created a series of 10 online masterclasses that look at a whole host of different subjects that are related to this topic about racial justice, culture, race, slavery, identity, all of those sorts of things. And this is online content that is available to anyone who signs up to our learning program. All of this content is free and readily available via our website, via our learning portal. And these masterclasses, we've got very significant people from across different industries specialize in key topics like anything to do with anti-racism, prejudice and privilege, becoming an anti-racist. I'm trying to think on my feet here. Core values and all of those sorts of things. We've got really influential people who have contributed to that content. That's all online, and people can tap into that and, you know, expand their learning and their knowledge even more. We've got lots of resources and material where we guide people to further reading and further training, because we realize that it's a continual process for us as individuals to take ownership of the information we have, what we understand, and what we can pass on to the younger generation. So a really lovely curriculum that's been engaged with. almost 250 schools across the UK, including in Wales and Swansea. And we're really proud of what we've achieved. And you will have seen in the press recently that there are very significant figures who are really championing Black history or our shared history being a part of the main national curriculum. And as a teacher myself, I'm really proud that people are highlighting the work that we are doing and, you know, showing that it really needs to be something that is not just accessible but via a program like this, but that every single child in the country should have access to, so that they understand who we all are as individuals, what our stories are, and that we're all the same, so that we can reimagine the future. So that's the learning program, and I'm happy to answer any questions later on. Sorry about the noise in the background.
Not at all. There were your support team in the back giving you the acoustics of children. So thank you so much for walking us through that. It is really one of, I think, the crown jewels in this organization is the work that has gone into this education, and it really will leave a legacy as it shifts the way that we teach history. So thank you so much for all of your work on that, Sabrina. I am going to quickly